Hi, I'm Ace Rivera Estelonga. Let me tell you a story about how I grew as a communicator this far. At first, I never thought I changed much. I was just the same me, quite shy, and not so sure about my own words. But little by little, through small experiences, I started to see myself growing, and this is my story. I still remember the first time I had to introduce myself. My heart was beating so fast. I thought, what if I forgot my lines? What if I sound bored? But I took a deep breath and just spoke. I said my name, share a little about myself, and talk about my favorite hobby, playing games. It sounds simple, right? But for me, that moment was huge. It was the very first step in building my own confidence. Like planting a seed, it was small, but it was the beginning. But communication isn't just about speaking. I also learned the power of listening. There was a time when I had to listen to my partner's story. I could have just nodded and pretended to hear. But this time, I really listened. I gave eye contact, I nodded with understanding, and I responded with respect. And you know what? I felt different. I realized that when you listen with your heart, you don't just hear words, you feel this person's story. If I had listened carefully, I would have missed that connection. That moment showed me that sometimes the most powerful communication isn't speaking, it's listening. Then came a deeper lesson, one that came from my own life. One emotional turning point in my life was when I faced something really hard. At first, I kept everything inside. I thought I should handle this alone. But the more I held it in, the heavier it felt, until I finally opened up. I shared my feelings, and suddenly the weight was lighter. I told myself 3 affirmations. I can overcome this. I'm not alone. I'm growing stronger every day, and I believe in it. If I had stayed silent, I would have struggled more, but by sharing, I discovered strength I didn't know I had. That moment taught me communication heals. And speaking of love and healing, there's one person I'm most thankful for. I wrote a message to my mom. It wasn't long, it wasn't fancy, just simple words to thank her for her sacrifice and love. At first, I wondered, will this even matter? But when she read it, I saw her smile, and I knew it meant the world. If I had written with that message, maybe she would know how deeply I appreciate her. That small note taught me something big. Our words can be gifts. This can make me someone day brighter. They can make love stronger. After all this moment, I finally asked myself how much I have grown. If I were to tell the story of my growth this quarter, I would begin with that shy version of myself. The one who was afraid to speak, but now I see someone braver. I speak with more confidence, I listen with more care, and I write with more honesty. I discovered that communication isn't just saying the right words. It's about connection, it's about being real with yourself and with others. I'm proud of how far I come, even if the steps were small, because small steps still means growth. And so, that's my story. A story of nerves, of listening, of challenges, of gratitude, and of growth. I know I still have a long way to go, but now I believe that every word I say, every moment I listen, and every message I share matters. Thank you for listening to my journey. I will keep learning, and I hope my story inspires you to see your own growth too.